electrolytes. What's up, y'all? For public safety here with you. You may or may not have seen our live stream today on the official misconduct's channel, but I'm gonna wait for the notification to go out, and we're gonna do a little updating. On what's been going on lately with us, because the social experiment that I was doing, it's over. What's up, Dubs? You gonna be listening? That's good. Nikki, hey, what's up? It's gone out. My notification went out. Yep, here comes everybody. Great to see all of you. Let's let the room kind of fill up a little bit here. As y'all come in, I got a lot of updating to do. I got court in a week. Not real sure what's going to happen there. The prosecutor did not file a motion to let us know exactly what it's about. I can only imagine. There was a little bit of getting tipped off, which I'm going to cover in this update. We got tipped off by the prosecutor as to what it's about. So I'm going to cover that. It's actually part of the whole scenario that we're going through. So might be a little bit behind for a few. All right, Bill. Yeah, Tiffany's doing well. She's just, we've been doing a social experiment. We wanted to see what would happen if we pretty much went silent. Not all the way silent, but silent for us. In that we were doing actual content on either channel for a period of time. Would satisfy any government official, cops, whoever. We wanted to prove to them that it didn't matter whether or not Tiffany and I were active on social media, because we are not the aggressors in any of it. We don't have any control over what people like Todd Mr. Bryant does, who's probably going to switch over to this video here within the next 2 or 3 minutes, because he never leaves his basement, so he doesn't have any content of his own. We don't have any control over what the 3%ers in Carrollton do. We don't have any control over what all of the Meade County public officials, friends and family members do, including their social media affiliates. We don't have any control over that. Hey, Steve Cousins, member for 10 months. Hell yeah, man. We love you, buddy. Diesel says hi. We don't have any control over that. And what we needed to do was prove it. So we did. And in that, things dwindled down to a very small collective, making it a lot easier to identify the sources of our issues, and kind of sort things out and see who's who and what's what, instead of it being all mixed up with the very active random people that would just appear from watching YouTube. It narrowed down to the people that were directly involved in one way, shape, or form. And then it was a lot easier to figure out who they are and then see what their personal issues were with us. So it got really interesting. Turns out there's around 50 of the Carrollton members. When I say members, I mean members of an association that belong to like and I know this is going to sound cliche, but a white supremacist group, who are also affiliated with a couple government officials in Carrollton. But they merged in our case because we called them out in Carrollton. So that is a big portion of them, like 50. And then you have a pretty wide variety of really close friends and family members from Meade County, meaning very close and family members to the government officials involved in the case that we are witnesses in. And I'm not talking about all the stuff that's going on from the jailer. I'm talking about the incident that occurred on October 17th, 2023 with Ray Whited when he committed excessive force against my girlfriend. And me too. But that's what all this is about. Everything. Everything you've been watching for the past 2.5 years, since October 17th of 2023, everything has been about that. Because, I'm going to say it again, because this is what happened. This is the truth. They're probably going to put more charges on me for telling you what you already know. But they're going to have to charge me all day, every day for telling the truth, I guess. I don't understand. It's not illegal for me to say this, but also nothing I've done has been illegal. But the jailer, after the incident with his best friend, which was the chief deputy, reached out to form a congregation which included a high amount, a very large level of a couple of individuals that were involved in organizations of white supremacy groups. So the reason we've been targeted for harassment, like we've been targeted as people to harass. A big portion of it came from Michael Kaiser's channel, which is part of the reason why he's in jail now. In other words, I'll get to directly why he's in jail now. Bless you. Are you just going to make the phone bounce a lot, or you want to come say hi? I think Diesel wants to say hi, y'all. Here, say hi, buddy. Right here, this way. All right. Okay, go lay down, buddy. So, threw me off. So the jailer was best friends with the chief deputy. Therefore, when he found out, and he said this is words out of his own mouth. He said when he saw what happened, meaning when he saw the video of the incident, that he knew that somebody from Meade County was going to have to do something about it. That he was tired of seeing the other officials in Meade County just not getting anything done. What they were doing was waiting for court so that they could go through the process, but not the jailer. Thank you so much, Steve Cousins, dropping money for Diesel. I appreciate that, buddy. So does Diesel. The jailer had different motives and ideas. He thought that what he would do on behalf of his best friend was incite as many people as possible, mostly by coming to YouTube. I'm trying to get my phone straight in here. To harass us. Donna Kennedy Adams, member for 8 months. Hell yeah. Thank you, Donna. So, by doing that, he went to the lowest, worst type of individual on the planet, and he found a guy named Michael Kaiser. Michael Kaiser was a 16-time felon who had been indicted for murdering a United States disabled veteran. And the jailer partnered up with him on YouTube. Tiffany and I had been doing our old content previous to October 17, 2023, in which brought us to Carrollton, Kentucky, due to some individuals who had been harassing on behalf of a white supremacy group. They'd been harassing mostly people of color, but more. It was basically just anybody who lived there that was not racist. This group was attacking them, harassing them. So to the Carrollton group, I know you're watching because this is what you live for, is to watch me on YouTube. If you don't like the fact that people are calling individuals like me and Tiffany who have YouTube channels that expose government, then why are you harassing everybody? Because the people that live in your town are the ones contacting people outside of your town asking for help from you. So if you don't like it, change your behavior. Don't just keep attacking everybody that calls you out. Carrollton Group, that's on you. That is on you. So they were a big portion of it because they became fans of Michael Kaiser, which was also fans of the jailer, right? And then you had Todd Mester, Bryant. Did y'all notice the thumbnail? Put a one in chat if you noticed the thumbnail. Let's talk about that thumbnail just a little bit. We're going to talk about you, Todd. We're going to talk about you, Mester. Here's why. Here's why. Todd went on a rampage in a fight with his own friends in his own camp, in which he claimed that any adults who have, is it called Roblox accounts, must be pedophiles. So, given that the 3%ers out of Carrollton have nicknamed the jailer from Meade County Daddy Warbucks, I thought it'd be appropriate, since Todd Mr. Bryant has a Roblox account and says that any adult who has a Roblox account must be involved in pedophilia. I thought that we would start calling you, Todd Mr. Bryant. I thought that we might start calling you Daddy Roblox. So from now on, Todd is Daddy Roblox. Is my quality going in and out? That's weird. I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm on Wi-Fi right now. So, yeah, maybe that's the problem. Because what we do know about Todd is he likes to stick his fucking nose in everybody else's business, because whatever his purpose is, he's just one of them people. He's just one of them people that has nothing going on in their own life, that just forces himself into everybody else's business. Nobody asked for him. Nobody wants him. He just pushes his way in. He's that guy. Daddy Roblox. Daddy Roblox. Roblox. I'm trying to figure out what it's called. I put it on the thumbnail. Tiffany had to tell me how to spell it too. I don't play games. I don't play video games. Anywho, so Todd's involvement is kind of different, even though he does have a lot of traits that one might think that he would be involved in a racist group. He's just a racist guy on his own with some serious, deep-seated mental issues in which he pushes himself into other people's lives, which is what he did to us. Pushed himself into our situation. And when I told him to fuck off, because we learned what kind of a guy he was, I told him to fuck off, he took that to mean that he became our enemy somehow. And he went into their camp. So, I know you're watching, Todd. When you went into camp, you started doing the shit that you knew that they wanted you to do, that they've been doing, which is harassing us. Not just harassing. I'm talking about some really fucked up, bad harassment. Stalking. I'm going to be turning over all the police reports and all of the reporting for every incident that has occurred to me and Tiffany and her kids. I'll be putting it all on YouTube. Every fucking bit of it. We recorded every one of those reports. We just didn't put them out. But we're going to show everything on YouTube. That's what we're going to do. Bad connection for real. Yeah, he has more viewers because he's talking about us, and that's part of his reason for doing it. Anyway, Todd decided that he would be some type of leader in their activities to try to prove himself to them. So he went over and above in harassing us, which to include literally stalking Tiffany's daughter. That was just one of the things he did. He made multiple threats to kill me, which, yeah, right, motherfucker. But when you go stalking people's kids, yeah, you don't get to cry about lawfare. You don't get to cry about getting swatted. He says that I swatted him. Let's talk about that. I didn't swat anybody. I reported everything I'm telling you all in real time all along. I have been making reports because paper trail is how you handle court. Because you're supposed to, by law, call law enforcement and inform them when an incident occurs, a criminal incident. Do I wish sometimes that I didn't have to follow? Of course, I don't want to have to follow the law all the time. I hate it. I hate it because it's pointless. I've spoken out about how pointless the system really is for years before all this. But for some reason, the government just forces it down your throat. And when you're wrapped up in the case with all these charges, you got to follow that law. Trust me, you got to follow that law. Because even me following that law completely, not doing anything wrong, they're still throwing charges at me. So imagine what it would be like if I wasn't following the law. So yeah, I've been reporting it. Well, listen up, mister. Listen up, Daddy Roblox. I didn't have you swatted. I have been reporting everything criminal that's been happening to our family all along. You have been involved from the time in which I told you to back out before I reported you. When you started publishing documents, doctored, fraudulent documents on your fucking YouTube channel for attention, Todd. I told you you were getting yourself into some deep shit that you didn't need to be involved in. Put them on a chat if y'all heard me tell him that. The video with the clip of it is in here on this channel. I fucking told him to get his dick out of it a long time ago, and he didn't want to. He didn't want to listen. Well, that was his fair warning. Because after that, I started reporting Todd's involvement, which was and is still being investigated as, I don't want to say, well, okay, so there's stalking, harassment, and intimidation. I'm just going to tell y'all. Why not? What's the point? They're probably not going to do anything anyway, right? Unless people start talking about it and pushing the government to do their job. So there's been a criminal investigation involving Todd Bryant, Mr. Daddy Roblox. You have been under criminal investigation for intimidation of participants in a legal proceeding for almost 2 years. And criminal conspiracy. So, every single time you have made a threat to me, Todd, I have contacted the investigator over your case. The day that you got drunk on your YouTube channel, and I was just at the horse farm taking care of my animals, I kept getting messages from everybody saying Todd is threatening everybody to fight him at Fort Knox. But he also is calling you directly, Chris. Oh my God, I didn't want to deal with it. But I rewound to where it was at. I seen it. He did threaten wanting to fight me. So I contacted his investigator and I said, hey, you know what we're dealing with, the whole case, blah, blah, blah. Fed him the case number. I said, and now he's threatening to beat the fuck out of everybody at Fort Knox, including me. And I just laid it there. They said, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on? What is this about? So I told them about what you were doing, and I gave them a link to your site, and I gave them a timestamp, but you started spinning the fuck out to threaten people. And they watched it. And the police leader of the police department that night, which I think is a sergeant level, something like that, he saw what you were doing on YouTube, Todd. And he decided to send people to check on you. Not me. I didn't tell him to go to your fucking house. If I told him to go to your house, I would be expecting it to be a crime in which they put the fucking bracelets on your dumb ass. But he also contacted Fort Knox to let them know. I was reporting you for the criminal report that you've been being investigated for a long time because you threatened to fucking beat me up. And I'm going to continue to report every single time you make a threat on me, Todd, mister. And I'm going to report when you stalk Tiffany's fucking children, Todd Mister. He hates being called by his middle name, by the way, for some reason. Todd Mister Bryant. He says it's doxing. Ain't nobody trying to get you hurt, Todd. Ain't nobody trying to scare you, Todd. We're just trying to tell you, mind your own fucking business. Mind your own fucking business and get your nose where it belongs. And stop digging the hole deeper for yourself, mister. Daddy Roblox. Old mister, says Tommy Tough Knuckles. Anywho, all right, let's get back on track. So, there are minimum 20 incidents that have occurred to us since the incident with Ray Whitehead. More than 20. Oh, of course, because you get a white supremacist organization out of 40 miles away from us involved. You get all the friends and family members from 20 minutes away from us involved. You lie through your teeth about what really happened and why you're wanting harassment against these people. And then you get these ignorant ass YouTubers involved, including Christopher Ruff, right? And the interesting thing is what all of my case boils down to, everything that I'm accused of when it comes to the jailer, is based on the fact that I'm telling you what I did. This should be, if it was illegal, then my statement that I'm about to make, which I've made multiple times, should seal the deal. I should be a felon for what I'm about to tell you just by this statement alone. So here you go, prosecutors. I'm about to say it again. You can record this and you can show it in court, and maybe you'll land your felony on me for what I'm about to admit to. I made a thumbnail depicting the jailer as being involved with the KKK. Interesting enough, that was due to his connection with the white supremacist group that was in Carrollton, who we now can fully prove exactly what organization they're involved in. But what's even better is that very same jailer literally went into private business on record with a guy named Christopher Ruff, also known as Direct D on YouTube, sorta, who has the tattoo across his stomach, Peckerwoods. Do y'all know who the Peckerwoods are? Anybody? Put a one in the chat if you've heard of the Peckerwoods. You know what that is? I'll wait and see what some of y'all say in chat. You know what it is? What the Peckerwoods are? And this is just coincidence, probably. Anybody? Okay. The Peckerwoods are a gang that is usually formed in the prison system of white supremacists. Facts. So I'm being charged with a felony for incriminating an individual by saying you're involved with white supremacist groups, right? That's what I said. And he is. On record. Show us some tattoos again, Ruff. Show us that swastika tattoo you got there, buddy. Show us. I really appreciate all the help, Chris Ruff. Hint, hint. I really do appreciate all the help, Ruff. You know, I don't like your racist bullshit. I don't agree I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. So yeah, I don't agree with that position. I don't agree with Peckerwoods. I don't agree with KKK. I don't agree with 3%ers. I don't believe that it's right to be racist at all. Try this again. Try this again. I switched networks to see if this other one's signal is stronger. Put them on in chat if you can hear me. If everything's coming in clear right now. Is it good right now? Let's see, where is chat? Peckerwood's cut my internet off. That's funny, Tommy. Am I live? Is it working? Yeah. Okay. Good. I switched over to our other internet platform, so maybe this one will work better. So yeah, I don't agree with the white supremacist shit. I don't agree personally. It's my opinion. I don't agree with being racist. I don't like it, but I am very much grateful. Hint, hint. To you, Christopher Ruff. He didn't think I'd throw him under the bus, but here I am. Ruff, you're an asshole, dude. Like, you are one cocky little scrawny asshole. I played you through and through, all the way through, even through the fly on the wall shit. I have been playing you through all of it. Ruff, nobody likes you. Nobody. And now that I've gotten everything that I need, no sound, that can't be right. Now that I've gotten everything I need, I mean everything, I'm done playing these games with these idiots. And I'm done playing, problems with the government, like war with the government. Like, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's pointless. The government just keeps getting worse and worse. We can all expose it easily just by picking up a camera and walking up to any agency and saying, I need you to do the job that we pay you for. And you'll see they don't. So maybe it's just your phone, Taylor. Try resetting it. Everybody else has sound. So, you probably can't hear me. Taylor probably can't hear me. I know the rest of you can hear me. Some of you don't have sound. That's weird. All right. So anyway, yeah, we have been doing an experiment because a lot of the government that are involved in our case, or that should be involved in our case and haven't been doing their job, they have been basically saying that everything's our fault for having become popular on the internet. True story. We've heard it hundreds of times from multiple different government employees, everything from public officials elected all the way down to low-level police officers, street beat police officers. They like to blame us. I went to Meade County to get a copy of my record because I had court. That's it. This wasn't about auditing. We weren't fighting the government. We were just doing what we have to do. And all this shit that we're going through is not because we were well known on the internet. That is not why we're going through this. We have proven over and over and over with these pigs exactly what we're going through, which is that they are organized and being led to harass us. Some of them go too far. I think any of it is stupid, but some of them go too far. And there's been more than 20 times in the past 2.5 years that people have gone too far. And Todd, you probably should be watching this right now, Daddy. Roblox, is that right? You probably should be watching right now. You probably should be concerned about what you're seeing us publish at this point. And maybe you should leave your basement and see what you can do to try to rectify your behavior over the past couple of years. Maybe you should go out there and say, all right, I admit it. I stalked little kids on behalf of this jailer I fell into it. That's what you should be saying, mister. I fell into it because I can't fucking mind my own business. So I joined them in this massive harassment campaign, and I'm too stupid to not go too far. That's what you should be doing there, mister. But we're going to make sure that it happens whether or not you admit it. So we are doing a records and report and video dump here on my channel. I have it pre-programmed to drop everything in my Google collection, whether it's edited or not, meaning whether or not it's prepared for a YouTube video. It might just be an actual video that I took straight out of my phone with no intro, no outro, no music. But we have minimum 30 videos of us reporting things that we've been going through over the past, since October 17th of 2023. Last week, I put out part one of one report that we made with the FBI. On Sunday, you're going to get the rest of that report, that phone call anyway. There's more to that report. You might get it separately, actually. We're going to finish that phone call on Sunday. And you will hear, there's been a lot of people who have been critiquing this like it's some kind of YouTube content instead of actually what me and Tiffany are going through, which is fine. View it however you want. It's on YouTube, so whatever pleases you. But people have been critiquing it and going, well, they should have been more prepared. They should have stayed on track. They should have blah, blah, blah. Acting like they're the ones that are getting shit done. Acting like they're the ones that are involved. I'm fine with that. You can live vicariously through us all you want. I don't know why you would choose us to live vicariously through. But you can live vicariously and pretend that you're in our position and pretend that you would have done X, Y, or Z differently. That's fine. It's content on YouTube for you, right? But you're going to be pissed off when you see on Sunday that everything that they've been critiquing us about was already done. We were completely prepared. We had all the evidence. We have a binder that's this thick that was full of proof. And we had memory sticks that were full of videos before we ever made the very first report, which was on the internet, not a phone call. Anyway, so here's the situation. Hey, y'all, smash that like button real quick. Let's get as many likes as we can. We got 100 in chat. Let's hit that like button. I want to see how many haters are in here watching, because they see it. It's demise for them. They see it. It's coming. They see that Tiffany and I are now utilizing the media again. First Amendment, remember? We're utilizing the media again to put pressure on these government officials. And that's going to make a difference, I think. Put it on the chat if y'all think you can make a difference. If your voice matters. Put it on the chat if you think that collectively, when you speak out over an issue, if Americans speak out together over these issues, that they can get more shit done than if they don't speak out. Put it on the chat if you agree. Tiffany and Diesel rule the house. They do. You don't agree, Dubs, that when people speak out collectively, that they can get more done? Activism is our civic duty, says Snark. I agree. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's better than not doing anything. And those who tell you not to do anything are part of the problem. When we speak loudly and together, we get more shit done than when we're silent. And I just did a 6-month-long social experiment on this channel that absolutely proved that. Things got worse. Things got worse. Because I was not publishing. Because I did not continue to stand on 2 feet on this channel and say the fucking truth to the world. So when people tell you to silence, tell them to fuck off. You're an American. I just proved it. 6 months of silence did nothing but cause problems. Now I'm up to like, what is it, 25 charges? I don't even know anymore. It's ridiculous. When you see something, say something, says Kathy. What do you all think is going to happen? If you don't do your part. It's like saying, you have some important thing, this project that needs to be done, that's your responsibility to do, right? And then just going, well, if I just lay in bed, it'll get done eventually somehow or another, or it just won't get done either way. Bullshit. Get up and do it. Get up and do it, even if it takes you longer, even if you got to work harder. Get up and get it done. You got to do it. So that's kind of how America needs to run. We need that First Amendment for a purpose, for a reason. We got to get it going. We got to use it in this case right here. So I tried. I did 6 months of silence. I mean, you're going to say I wasn't silent, but I was pretty much silent, meaning me and Tiffany didn't do anything on this channel. Just a few updates here and there. But we, for the most part, went silent from YouTube. Just a few comment sections here and there. And it did bad. It made things worse. Way worse for us. By being silent. You can't be silent. That doesn't work. I promise. I tested it. So Tiff is good. She's hanging out in the back room right now doing some homework, letting me have the living room for this live stream. But I'm done. Just wanted to let you all know that what you've been seeing. Did ever put it in the chat if you all saw us on OMC channel today? Mods, Nikki are in here. If you'll please link Tiffany's channel because we're back to boots to ground, not being quiet anymore. We're not giving the government their way anymore. We're not giving the white supremacists their way anymore. I'm throwing Chris Ruff under the bus, although he was very helpful. And I am grateful for the help that Ruff provided. But I am throwing him under the bus because he's a piece of shit. So, yeah. Mods, if you'll do that, please put official misconduct because, as y'all know, who's watched us for a long time, we pretty much do everything live in the moment when we're at agencies on her channel. And then you'll see the video on my channel later. But what we are doing is we are doing an information and, how do I put it? Information and basically we're doing a file dump. This is a file dump. I mean, as y'all know, I very well may be in jail in a week, right? So I have this set up. We've had this planned that last minute, if they don't get their shit together and start doing things right, start covering this case the way it should be covered, then we're going to, at the last minute, do a file dump, a records dump. And it started with that FBI call that y'all just watched. If you haven't watched it, make sure you go watch it or listen to it, however you put it. And then part 2 will be on Sunday, which will be the rest of that call. And then you're going to get video after video after video after video after video after police report. And you're going to see everything that we didn't put out. And I don't care if they're still investigating. I don't care if they're not investigating. All I care about is that you all know what the fucking truth is. Because what we know is that we did things like they wanted us to. We zipped it, threw away the key, right? We did that for them. That was what they wanted from us. We did it, and they still hurt us. So at this point, we want our voice back, Tiffany and I. We want our YouTube back. We want our social media back. We want our voice back. We want our First Amendment back. We're taking it back. We're not asking. We're taking it back, and we're going to be loud. If you thought we were loud before, wait till you see how loud we're going to be on this round. I have never been facing charges like this in my entire life. So imagine, I'm going to be the beast when it comes to making noise about this case. Starting now. I don't think I'm going to jail. Whoever said that? Who was that? I don't think I'm going to jail. I know I haven't done anything wrong and got a good lawyer, and you know, the process is what it is. So no, I don't think I'm going to jail. I'm just saying at some point you got to put everything out there to the public when the government don't do their thing, when the government's not doing their job. Yeah, y'all have missed a lot because we withheld a lot. We, like I said, what we were trying to do is appease those in the government who said that it was our fault. So basically, Tiff and I just went on the DL for 6 months. I timed it at 6 months. I don't know how long Tiffany did it. She might have did it a little bit longer than us. But at some point, we got the idea that we were going to do it intentionally, where we kind of went silent. Dub says stacked charges are just that, a charge. Yeah, it's all charges. But I mean, obviously, they're trying really, really, really hard to get me in a jail for at least some period of time. Here, let me go ahead and cover this before y'all leave. This is kind of important. So one of the things that we reported recently, I don't really want the kiddo to hear this, but he's going to probably hear it anyway. One of the things that we reported recently was Benghazi Rabbit, otherwise known as William Barthel. He and his fucking girlfriend decided that they were going to do YouTube content in which they wanted to show aerial footage and street view footage of Tiffany's kids' school and schematics of our house, and discuss what would be the best way for entry if you wanted to get inside. He discussed whose bedroom is whose with inside the house and what route the child would take home from school. Him and his girlfriend, otherwise known as secret courtship. Her name's Courtney. They also showed images of the surrounding properties to our home, and then said that they were going to come in a collective to put tents on the elementary school's property where Tiffany's kids go to school. We reported it. Put a one in chat if you would report that, if it was your kid, your house. Put a one in chat if you would report that. Put a one in chat if you think that's too fucking far. That's crazy, right? Like fucking nuts, right? That needs to be reported. So due to my reporting that, due to my needing to find out who I was reporting, because secret courtship's not a real name, Courtney. I had to figure out who you really were. So I found out who she really was by way of her employment badge. I found out her name was Courtney, and then I called the police and I reported her. But let me tell you what happens when the police don't do their fucking job. Okay? That was on Christmas that I did that report. So 25th. The officer did, to the best of my knowledge, a proper report on it. They were very much concerned with the threats to the kids' schools, too. They even increased the SRO staff for it because of it. They didn't arrest William or Courtney. They didn't even charge them. But I had to find out who she was. So I contacted her employment because she has shown her company badge, and I was able to figure out where she worked. So I called her boss, found out who she was, and then I contacted back to the sheriff's department and I informed them of what I found out. Excuse me. So what did they do? Well, the police, to the best of my knowledge, did a report and stuck it in a drawer, which is why you saw us, one of the reasons you saw us at the prosecutor's office today. But what William and his girlfriend did was they contacted the prosecutors in my Kentucky case, and they alleged that I was victimizing them, which prompted the prosecutors over me to request an increase in bond. You threatened our fucking kids. And you call yourself a victim? What is this bullshit? And then I catch shit on the internet. People saying, Ryder just goes too far IRL. Fuck you. IRL is this house. IRL is the elementary school where our kids go. That's IRL. YouTube and critics on YouTube saying that we shouldn't be reporting things to the police officers, saying that we should not be raising a proper defense where I'm facing all these false charges. You're the fucking morons if you think that we aren't doing it right. We have no choice but to file reports. We have no choice to protect our kids. We have no choice but protect our property. They told me to be silent. They told me that it was my fault because I was popular on the internet. So I proved they were wrong. I got off the internet, just like they wanted. I stopped conducting the YouTube channel, just like they wanted. I did a social experiment. It solved nothing, just like I knew it wouldn't. So we are back. We are doing a 2-year dump of content. Whether I'm in jail or out of jail, it's still getting dumped here on my channel. Tiffany don't know how to edit, but she sure as shit knows how to upload or hit the fucking button to make it public. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to load my channel with all of these incidents, along with the security footage that'll be with it, all of it. The in-person, it'll be like my body camera, right? Doing reports with the police officers, and it goes all the way back to Kaiser, y'all. It goes all the way back to Kaiser. The reason Kaiser is actually in prison, the reason he got brought back to court, was for being dropped off at the end of my driveway by the jailer from Mid-County. Dropped off at the end of my driveway so that he could run around here taking pictures of himself around our house while we were at court. And we reported that. Not just me and Tiffany, but we as in people who care about us. And us. And that's why they called him for a bond revocation. That's why he was called back. Sure, he already had the felonies. That's why he was on bond. But that's why it got revoked. So roll that, put it up in your pipe and smoke it, shiz. That's what really happened. These YouTube people ain't getting shit done. These critics ain't getting shit done. And the police ain't getting shit done. The government ain't getting shit done. So, speak up, speak out, be loud. It's media. So First Amendment is our only hope. And speaking of that, I'm having some help come. There's some help that's been working behind the scenes that's going to help our voice be a whole hell of a lot louder. If you're watching and you know who you are, I really appreciate the work that you do. You guys will understand why I'm saying that to someone that you don't know who it is later. But the person I'm talking to, you know who you are. And I'm grateful that you do what you do. And I don't ever expect to meet those types of expectations when it comes to media. Not me. I'll always depend on people like you, sir. So, yeah, a lot coming. All right, I love you guys. I think that's it. I'm sure I missed some other stuff that I meant to talk about, but that's why we have live streams at the touch of a button, and I will be using it a whole lot more. So will Tiffany. So, mods, once again, make sure you dump Tiff's link in there a whole bunch because people are going to want to be there when we're live while the shit's actually hitting the fan. It's always going to be live on her channel first and then edited and put into videos on my channel later. All right. See you guys out there on the YouTube streets. Thank you, Dubs. I appreciate that. Make sure y'all sub to that, what Dub Loves just put in there. That's Tiffany's channel link. Thank you, Nikki, for backing it up. And I will see you guys on the flip side and very soon. Love you. Goodbye. Good night.